Hello there. This is a video that is talking about the order of operations. Just a quick review. Um, so if you see this guy, he's going crazy because he just does not know the order of what to do. This problem is. And just like other things in life, there has to be order. There's certain direction to things that you have to follow to do it right. And there's many different examples, and I'm sure your parents could give you multiple examples of when you need to follow directions. But we're going to talk about math here. Before we do the quick order of operations, I want to review just a little bit of exponents. If you look to the left, exponents, it has the base, the bigger number, and then there's a smaller number next to it, and that's called the exponent. The whole thing here is called the power. Okay, you might think of, something to the fourth power, something to the 13th power here. But the power, you actually call the whole thing, the whole 2 to the 13th power, that is called the power. The exponent here is the 13, and the base is the 2. Now looking over to the right here, where I just put my star, this just reviews how exponents actually work. When you see 2 squared, that really means 2 times 2, and that's 4, obviously. When you see 2 cubed, that means 2 times 2 times 2, or 8. When you see 2 to the 4th, that means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, or 16. So if you get the pattern here, the base number is what's being multiplied by itself a certain number of times, whereas the exponent tells you how many times you're going to multiply by itself. So looking down here, 2 to the 7th means that you're going to multiply 2 by itself 7 times. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Multiplying 2 by itself 7 times gets you to 220 or 128. Sorry. Just to show you, 10 to the 7th. If you're going to expand that, and it's going to take me a little time to write it out because you're multiplying 10 by itself 7 times. So 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. I think I have 7 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you get a big number that has 1, 2, 7 zeros. All right. Going backwards, if you want to write this in a shorter than writing out 0.2 or 2 tenths times 2 tenths times 2 tenths, you can write it as an exponent. Since it's multiplying by itself 3 times, the base would be what it's being multiplied, or what itself actually is, which is 0.2. And the exponent would be how many times you're multiplying by itself, which is 3 times. So that is a quick review of exponents. And we're going to use that when we're talking about order of operations. So we're given this problem up here. I will circle it in blue. It says 6 minus 2, and that's all in parentheses, so the quantity cubed, to the 3rd power there, divided by 2. Now I don't know what do I do? Because do I take the numbers out of the parentheses? What do I do first? Well, there is an order, a scientific order that is come up with in math, and it's called the order of operations. One of the most common acronyms used for this is Pemdas. P-E-M-D-A-S. Pemdas stands for parentheses or other grouping symbols. There could be brackets or whatnot. Exponents, multiplication or division. Now this is important, multiplication or division from left to right. So if you have division first, from left to right, do division first. They both have equal seniority, I guess you could say, to them. And likewise, when you're looking at addition or subtraction, that would be the last thing you do from left to right. Some of you might remember thinking PEMDAS, and you remember phrases for these acronyms, PEMDAS. You could remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. The same letters, P-E-M-D-A-S, start with each of the words there. Another one that I found is pandas eat more Doritos and soda. Or pink elephants march, dance, and sing. So if that helps you to remember it that way, I would definitely tell you to look at this box right here. But what we need to do now is just follow the order of operations. So we have 6 minus 2 in the quantity cubed divided by 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the order of operations. Looking at the first P means parentheses. Are there any parentheses? Oh, look, there are parentheses. So let's do everything inside of the parentheses first. That means 6 minus 2, which is 4. And that is done, so we can leave the cubed out in front, and we can write divided by 2. All right, we're done with parentheses. We can cross out the P. Let's look at E, which stands for exponents. If there's an exponent, that's what we need to simplify first. So we have an exponent, and that would be 4 cubed, which means 4 times 4 times 4. And I'll write this off to the side here. 4 times 4 times 4, which equals 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64. So we have 64, and then we still have divided by 2. All right, we can cancel out that E. The next one is multiplication or division from left to right. So all that we have left is division. So let's just go from left to right. 64 divided by 2 gets you to 32. And we can cross out that multiplication or division, and looks like we're done. Because there's no addition or subtraction that can be done, and you're left with the simple value of 32. Now that is a quick overview of what we call order of operations. There are more difficult ones to come, but I just want to take you to this one over here. Let's look at the one on the right. So we're going to look at this one right here. Looks like I did the work before. I found that it was 1 plus 12 divided by 4 times 3. And to help you, I'm just going to write up on the top here. Just to make sure. All right, I'm just going to write up on the top here, Pemdas. So P, E, and I like to write M and D above each other because I know that they have equal seniority. It just depends left from right. Same with A and S, the addition and subtraction. All right, let's see what I did wrong, because I was told that this one was wrong. Let's do parentheses. Nope, no parentheses. So we can cross that one out. Exponents. No exponents. Cross that out. Then we got to do multiplication or division from left to right. So if I look, there's division, there's multiplication. But I got to remember it goes from left to right. So let's do this one first. Oh, that's where I made the mistake. So instead I should have done this first and gotten to 12 divided by 4, which is 3, times 3, then we do that next, which would be 9, and then add to 1. You end up getting 10 as your answer instead of 2. So that shows us right there, making one little mistake in the order of operations can completely change your answer. Okay, so that is why it is so important to follow directions and follow the proper order of things.